So this is somewhat of a continuation on my previous video regarding Australia's ban on loot boxes. In diving into the topic, I found it kind of disturbing how blatantly we mask gambling within video games. From simulated gambling in Pokemon, Come Deliverance, and Tower Unite, to straight up paid loot boxes, which realistically, how different is this from a scratchy or a lotto ticket? End of the day, you're paying for the chance to earn something and there's no guarantee you'll get anything worthwhile. So if you haven't seen it already, watch the video after this because I think it helps many understand why Australia is taking such a harsh stance on this issue. So I won't go over the whole history of gambling within video games, but I mean, as long as you've had video games, there have been gambling, from Casino Kid on the NES to those handheld blackjack games, to even as I mentioned, Tower Unite, which has a full-on casino. This isn't inherently bad because it can be fun, and as long as you're not using real money, it isn't hurting anyone, right? Well, that can be questionable, as for some it can be a gateway to forming addictions later in life. Dennis Relojo-Howell from Psychreg wrote a great article detailing the effects gambling can have on children. It covers how with adults, in normal amounts just like alcohol, it can be fun and safe, though when it comes to children, due to their emotional immaturity, they may not be able to place a limit on themselves. Dennis also goes on to talk about how many teenagers find high school difficult emotionally, and how some may turn to gambling as a vice and become addicted, not realizing how much money they may be spending. With one instance, covering a college student who spent his whole tuition money on online gambling. Going back to Australia, it has been cited that over 80% of the population participates in gambling in one form or another, which is the highest rate in the world. And as a personal anecdote, gambling is plastered everywhere here, from online ads to sports games and even billboards on the highway. It is sadly seen as normal of our culture, so it is understandable that Australia is taking a harsh stance on this issue. So taking this information into consideration, the proposal seems reasonable. If a game contains any paid loot boxes, for example CSGO, FIFA, and TF2, it will have an automatic M rating, though if a game is to have simulated gambling, it may be up for a potential R18+ rating, depending on the context. Which I do agree with this, though can you imagine if Animal Crossing or Pokemon got hit with this? That would be hilarious. Honestly, I'm glad this is happening, because when I was 15 and into CSGO, skins, unboxings were plastered everywhere. From the unboxing videos on YouTube to people advertising gambling websites on esports matches. I can't help feel like if there was a stronger stance against gambling, many minors could have been saved from a potential gambling issue. Overall, I think this is a necessary step for the industry to take, because in its current implementation, it is not healthy. As always, good luck, have fun.